Welcome team. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much to join over here in our free sourcing and recruitment training from Sourcing Express. This is something we have been doing for quite some time now. It's been almost 3+ years that we have started this initiative, and definitely it's getting recorded, right? And again, as I mentioned, um, I think this is our 12th batch that we started now. So what we'll be covering, what's the introduction actually, what is this training all about, what we'll be covering in the training. So that's the reason, like, I just thought, okay, fine, let me just have this first introduction call, what exactly Sourcing Express, then what kind of a trainings do we cover in this, and then how the certifications. Now the best part is, like, now we're starting with the certification also after every level. So what are the levels, what are the certification, how the certifications might help us, all those things we'll cover in today's session. And uh, as usual, thumb rule for us, there is no Q&A session at the last. Okay. Whenever we are in a session and at a time you have any question, at any point of time you have any question, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask immediately. And the pattern is going to remain same for every session till the time we complete all the trainings. Let's say I'm specifically talking on something about Boolean and or not. And let's say you have a question. Though I'll be there in the rhythm of explaining, don't think that unpausing me or pausing me would create a disturbance for others. No, we are here to learn. So please unmute yourself. Ask me to hold on. Shiv, can you please hold on for a moment? I just wanted to understand this concept properly. I really did not understood. So feel free to ask as many times as possible. So the beauty of the training is that you get the freedom to ask as many as question possible, same questions hundreds of times, unless you won't understand the concept properly. Our trainings are basically focused on explaining you the concepts. So A for apple, anyone can tell you, but why not A for aeroplane? So what we're trying to help you understand over here is basically uh, sharp your basic stuff. Basically, understand the concept clearly. Unless we are not clear about the concepts and the basics, we may not be really able to solve some of the biggest problem. So to solve some of the biggest sourcing problem, the concept has to be really good, and that's where we focus on, mainly on a concept and basically hows of the concept. A for apple, B for bat, C for cat, anybody can tell you. But why only A for apple? Why not A for aeroplane? Why only C for cat? Why not C for something else? So something like that. So that is something we're trying to explore in this sourcing trainings. And that's reason sometimes we might feel that we are going very slow. But actually that is what it is required. This has to be go with this, means this has to be in that flow. It doesn't go with uh, fast track or anything, because in fast we have seen the people that they started complaining when we are doing this regular trainings. Some people started telling that they're not really able to cope it up. Means uh, uh, means like they were kind of doubting themselves. Am I only going too slow? Is that everyone going too fast? So no, not like that. It's basically the sourcing trainings are itself is designed in such a way that uh, it has to take that particular time. Um, and And if you miss first session or any session in between, the next session will be completely a boomerang, means will be completely a bouncer. We would not be really able to understand anything. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions? As I mentioned, first thing, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask as many as possible. Please feel free to ask the same question number of times, completely no problem. Because as I mentioned, we are more focused on understanding the concept. Unless we are not understanding the concept of today's session, we are not going to move it to the next session. We'll definitely go slow, but only the thing is that we'll have the thorough understanding on that particular concept, then only we are moving forward. We would have seen number of trainers where we come and complete the course content. No, we are not here to complete the course content. We are here to complete the training with a complete understanding. Though we will go slow because that is what it is required. But at the end, we are making sure that we are going with 100% of understanding of the concept, whatever we are covering. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion?
Hi, Shivkumar. This is Jaya. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. Am I audible, Shivkumar?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you're
sorry,
audible.
you're audible. You're
Okay.
audible.
So I just want to understand that we will get the recording of this.
Yeah, you'll get the recording. After every subsequent training, you'll be getting a recording of it.
Okay. So for every subject, we will get the recording, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm, just give me a second, guys. Please join. Someone called me saying that they are unable to join.
Actually, the link, Shiv, which was shared earlier, it was wrong link.
Is it?
Yes, so that's why many people, in fact, from my colleagues are not able to join. So that's why I've shared the link again. This one,
Sure.
which you have shared just now.
Got it. Sorry for that. Just give me a moment. It's the same link. So yeah, life challenges, life training, and life solving. So yeah, sometimes we might come across this kind of a small challenges, but yes, we solve everything life. All right. So now I think hmm, now I think we have almost everyone. So yeah. So now what is that we're going to cover? What is the table of content and how much time it's going to take? What is the duration? And how are these certifications structured? And how are these basically certifications are going to help us? And why are these certifications are important? Now let's go for table of content. Week one, what we'll be covering, the specific topics that in a week one we'll be covering. Sometimes within maybe today itself we would be able to cover these topics about Boolean, Google basic Boolean operator, then building Boolean searches. When we use a combination of Boolean operator and the keywords, it becomes a Boolean searches. And then understanding people also search for in a Google search, all those basic concepts of it. And then might not be will have a level test, sourcing test immediately next week. But yes, after 2 and 3 week, once we go for some understand advanced operators and their benefits like related in URL, in title, in text, in anchor, and then anatomy of in URL, how URLs are structured and are constructed, understanding the URL pattern for every search results. So this might be looking on a very high level. Why do we need to really understand the URL pattern of the search result? Why do we really need to understand how URL patterns are structured? When we go there, then we will have a thorough understanding of why it was actually important in the very beginning of the sessions. Because once we go to the advanced level, if we have these two things covered in the very beginning, and if we have the understanding, a proper understanding of these two things in the beginning, then the advanced sessions would not be really difficult for us. So that's how it is. So, and then a couple of examples and then couple of variations where in URL versus site, then what does in title do? What does in text do? What are the Google Express searches? What is the difference between in URL and in URL versus site? And that's where we'll go with a sourcing test level 1. So I would remove this for now. Okay, so week 2 and 3. So including today and then coming weekend, 3 classes, 2 hours each. And once we complete that, maybe sometime during the weekday, any one weekday we'll pick it up and we'll go for a sourcing test level 1. And once this is done, then week 4 and 5, we have a content. And again, I believe like I have given a access to this document to each and every one. So let me just share it here as well. And also I'll share it in the group. So here you have pretty much what we'll be covering in week 4 and 5. Then we'll go with week 6 and 7, 6 and 8, 6 and 7. What we'll be covering in week 6 and 7. Then we'll go for 8 and 9, 8 and 9, and then week 10, then week 11 and 12. So totally, yeah, 12 weeks of program, 3 months it would take. Basically, which we're covering only on weekends, only on Saturdays and Sundays. So how is it going to cover? Right from the basics, like week 1, a basics of Boolean operator and or not, basics of Boolean searches. How do we generate Boolean searches in LinkedIn or in any of the job portal? Also comparable to in Google, basically in an open web. Then week 2 would cover understanding some advanced operators and their benefits like related, in URL, in title, in text, in anchor, anatomy of URLs, how the URLs are structured, understanding the URL pattern and the search results. Once we have the thorough understanding of URL pattern and URL pattern and the search result, it would be really easy for us to create a searches by using an operator like in URL and site, and understanding in URL versus site. How these two different operators differ from each other, and what actually in which kind of a use cases these two operators would be used. There are variety of use cases where these two operators can be used. Then in title, in text, again, what kind of operators are this and what are the power commands? When we use in title, in text, what are the additional power commands? Basically, this in title and in text would be doing. Then that's where we go with the final Google X-ray search. With the combination of all this, we would be really hands-on in creating Google X-ray searches in at least 3 weeks of time, if we are consistently attending the trainings and as expected, if the trainings are also consistent. Okay, then difference between in URL versus site. So this is for the initial 3 weeks. So initial 3 weeks are really important. Um, I would suggest you not just attending the session, but once the sessions are completed, just go back, practice, and there will be a homework given to you after every session. When I say homework given to you after every session, based on the session, what we are covering, based on that, we'll be creating some of the problem statements and we'll be sharing it with you so that it will be there for you for the practice for the whole week. And the next week, when you come back again, we are trying to see how did you solve that particular problem statement? Have we solved it correctly or not? And then that's where we'll understand what minor misses we are making. So don't take it like school. I'm a school kid that I need to do a homework. Answer is sorry to say yes, but yes. So definitely there would be a homework, and you have to solve those particular small problem statement. Once you come back, then you would know what difference on a regular basis if you're attending. After a couple of weeks, you would know why this particular homeworks were really useful for you. Something like we have Saifa. Saifa, can you please unmute yourself and let us know from the previous batch how has been the homework helped you, or else who else we have it?
Hey, Chef
Anyone
Satyam
else?
here.
Anyone who was here and who has been a part of our previous trainings where you have you have been given a homework and then you have completed, and after a couple of weeks then you realized why the homework was important. Yes, Satish, please go ahead.
Hey everyone, my name is Satish. I have 7 years of experience. Uh, I was generalist recruiter until I have attended chef's trainings. Trust me, this is not going to be like any other training. Shiv is the best. I'm not exaggerating because I admire his patience. And if you see this list, right, this is exhaustive. Just tell me one topic which is not going to cover, right? And that too from scratch. I got so obsessed with X-ray search that every other day, like be it any requirement, I used to play around this X-ray search, right? So from novice to sourcing geeks, for sure it'll make you that. It's just that you got to be determined, all right? And the exercises that Shiv is talking about, I mean, the questions will be so tricky that all of the options would seem correct to you. But as you know, when we say MCQs, it's only one option which is going to be correct, right? So I'm not spilling the beans. You love is training. All that you got to do is, uh, spend time on practicing, because you will not understand if you don't practice. Right? I can talk in length and breadth. Probably this is not the time. If I have to, talk on a very high level, this is the testimony that I would give about this training. Thanks, Chef.
Great, Satish. Thank you so much, Satish, for your feedback and everything. Thanks a lot. That means a lot. And then there would be a sourcing test after 3 weeks. Then moving to week 4 and 5, we have a couple of uh, advanced operators again. When and where to use wildcard versus percentage. What are the operators like around? Then how to X-ray for year of experience, X-ray for email extraction, understanding some operators in email inbox, something like send, from, to, has, subject. Uh, very easy ones, but yes, we might have not used it. But once we start using it, then you see the beauty of it. Then understanding various Google search operators, sourcing from slideshare.net, sourcing from scripts, sourcing from Google image search, Google face search. That is kind of outdated now. That feature is no more available. But by the time we come there, we'll try to explore something or the other. And live. Then how to identify various sites to X-ray in a completely new market. Suppose we have entered in completely a new market where we really don't know which site will work. Let's say I got a requirement from the Netherlands or Germany or Poland, and I really don't know which sites might work over here to get the resumes or to get the profiles. And then in that completely new market, once we enter, how do we identify which are the sites that we can go ahead and X-ray? Then how to know if a website can be X-rayed by using robot.txt. Generally, we know now number of sites are there to X-ray, but how do we know that whether that site can be X-rayed or not? So something like that. Then we'll have additional test after that. Then week 6 and 7, dive deep on direct and indirect searches on LinkedIn. We know LinkedIn, everyone uses LinkedIn, but how we used a LinkedIn to its maximum optimization, even the free version of it, not really sure. But when we go to this particular session, we would know there is a lot. There is so much which are hidden, and we can actually use them just like that. And that's where the direct and indirect searches, even in like just on a free version of LinkedIn.com, you would be amazed to see how many features and the whole LinkedIn, if you know how do we use it, you would be really amazed to see that what kind of a magics you would be able to do just on a LinkedIn free version. You don't really even have to upgrade to the paid version. That's where we said dive deep on a basic LinkedIn.com and explore some unintentional features. Then sourcing from GitHub, direct and indirect. Then sourcing from Stack Overflow, direct and indirect. Sourcing from All Stack Exchange, direct and indirect. Sourcing from Meetup, direct and indirect. Sourcing from Quora, direct and indirect. Sourcing from Facebook, direct and indirect. Then week 8 and 9, once we are hands-on sourcing, now the next level comes where it goes with data scraping, where it goes with data mining. How do we scrape a data by using a various data miners? One one was my all-time favorite data miner, but I think it's becoming tricky now. But otherwise, there are a lot of other sources also where we can use to scrape the data particularly. So how do we use data miner or any data scraping tools to scrape the data from the various websites? How do we use free seek out? There is a one tool like HireSQL seek out and all will come there. How do we use free seek out for import and export? Basically enriching the data. A raw data, I got it from somewhere, and when I upload it, we have come up with a beautiful report. We have come up with the enriched leads from that. So that's we'll be covering over there. Then how to use Margo or mail merge for customized email reach out template or automation. Now we have become sourcers. Now we started understanding, enrich how to scrape the data from the various site, then enrich it, generate it, create it to the suspects. And then when we reach out to make them to the lead, suspect converting to the lead, then what kind of a customization while reaching out we should be doing using Margo or a mail merge, and then how to set up an automations so that that follow-ups keeps going and then the response rate keeps increasing. Then that's where the kind of a tools may not be Margo, might be there might be other tools also, but mail merge is one among them, consistent for Outlook users. But otherwise, Basically, we got the data. Now we have enriched it. We have converted into the beautiful leads. Now we started reaching out and people started applying it. And how do you basically increase the response rate? That would cover the topics where how do you increase the response rate? Or else I would say to how to increase. How to increase the response rate. Then how to script data, upload in LinkedIn, finding email IDs via Chrome extensions, and some cool hacks like Gmail Compose and Live Mail while doing a find while identifying the email IDs. And then diversity search on LinkedIn.com, that too free version of diversity. Are you crazy? Is it really possible? Yes, it's really possible. And then playing with contacts, email, and phone numbers, basically matching of contact syncing from the various tools, basically understanding how these tools are interacting with each other, how these tools are talking to each other, and how this magic of contact syncs works. Similarly, like WhatsApp tried blocking my number recently, suspecting that some robot is working on my WhatsApp. Then I really have to give the justification yesterday to WhatsApp that it was not a robot, it was me. And this is how I was doing it. And that's how they unblocked it. And that's the reason we have to cancel yesterday's training because my WhatsApp was blocked. Reason being, I was actually trying to add all 200 to 50 members who have signed for this particular program. I was trying to add them in our Sourcing Express group. And it was so fast activity that WhatsApp suspected me to be a robot. Then I have to prove that I'm not a robot, I'm a human. Then they have unblocked it. And then week 10 goes with Google search filter, Google advanced searches, Google search settings. What is this Google search setting? What is this Google advanced searches? What is this Google search filter? When we go there, you'll know what is it and how will it be able to help us out. Then Google advanced operators like file type or ext. Creating a Google search alert, my all-time favorite. I love this. No, not because it's really good, but also because it has solved the purpose in real life, not just for the sourcing, but in real life. While there was a pandemic, while there was a COVID, I wanted to, I was in search of house within that particular budget. I was roaming all over the Bangalore since last 2, 3 years before the pandemic for a house. It was very far, uh, or if it is within the range, it was out of my budget. And if it is within the budget, it was out of my range. Then I have literally created some searches and created a search alert within this budget and within this area range, that I need some properties. I need to look for. And then it was again a pandemic where we stopped going outside, but by sitting at home, I created some searches. And yes, by using those search alerts, today the house which I bought it, all thanks to Google search alerts because of that only. So it has actually helped me in my real life as well. And then exploring some Google custom search engines, creating Google CSEs for diversity. That is again search engines for diversity. And the magic of Google custom search engines, you would love it when you're able to build your own custom search engine as per your requirement. But yes, we'll go there. Then we go with week 11 and 12, Boolean in Boolean, which is like deep nested search. We all know, or most of us know what is Boolean by using and or not. But what is nested? What is Boolean in Boolean? That is something we'll go over there. And then you'll realize when we use Boolean in Boolean nested searches, like let's say you're using LinkedIn Recruiter. In title, we only have a specific title. Most of the time, people use only by giving what are the titles are available in the drop down. But if you use a nested search over there, let's say with the title, if you're getting 1,000 results, with the nested search over there, you might be able to go for 2,500 results. And yes, to the point, accurate ones. And that's where the Boolean in Boolean, deep nested search will help us. Then how to create a market intelligence report by using free version of a LinkedIn again. What free version of LinkedIn? Are you going to create a market intelligence report? Are you really crazy? How is that possible? There is a possibility. We are going to do that. Then finally, we'll close with design thinking for sourcers and then understanding a problem statement, real-time scenario, faced frequently while sourcing, how and where to identify some cool apps, design thinking for sourcers again, exploring some sourcing forums to follow, to ask questions and keep learning. So yeah, that's all about 12 weeks of training. But as Satish mentioned, definitely uh, that dedication and that practice is required. If you're not practicing, we're not growing. So that's definitely it is required, because today you miss the session, one weekend you miss it, next weekend will be completely a bouncer for you. And when I say that practice, definitely now there are assessments also. In previous sessions, I did not give an assessment, but now we started giving some assessments after every training, after every session, which will help you to be on top of the practice. And apart from that, we have got some certain level of sourcing certification. So if I'm not wrong, there would be a 6 level of certification: level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. We'll design all the certifications based on the previous training, whatever we covered. So yeah, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions?
Hi, we were struggling to join this call. I joined little bit late. Hope this is the agenda what you have explained.
Yes.
Okay,
Agenda for
thank
the
you so
whole training.
much. Yep, thank you.
And yes, again, this is recorded also. So definitely I'll be sharing recordings for this as well.
Sure, thank you.
So any doubts, any questions?
Surbhi this side. Good evening. Firstly,
Yes.
I would really want to thank you to have been conducted this session. It seems very promising to me, but just one quick thing, like maybe it might be just my fear.
Mhm.
By this session of yours, I feel it is like it's too hard to understand. Well, I mean
Means,
that's my first feeling that I'm getting. So I just wanted to know, like, I'm a working professional. So
mhm.
just wanted, like, how can I adjust myself where I can, focus more on practice, as you have been mentioning every now and then, which I also believe it's a very important step, because this is not something
Got it.
which has to be theoretical. It has to be practical.
It has to be practical. It's not just the theoretical. So we
Yeah,
have
right.
seen people earlier where they were just coming for a training, attending and going back, attending and going back. And I've been seeing, means, what happens when you just attend and go back, attend and go back, means how much ever you see, it's like a swimming. Unless you won't jump it, you won't learn it. You can't learn a swimming by watching YouTube videos. You
True,
have to
true.
jump into
Correct.
the pool. You have to jump into the water, and that's how you learn it. Here
Yeah, yeah,
also the
correct.
same thing.
Correct. So
And as
my
a
second question, sorry, if I'm jumping on, please go ahead.
no problem. So as I mentioned, definitely it looks hard for some of you who are completely new for a sourcing and recruiting. May I know what's your background, please?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not that new to me, but yes, it is. Like I'm introduced to some of it, but I have done it in my initial phase of my career. I am HR recruiter, by the way. I'm already that. But soon
Got it.
after it, I switched to like complete recruiter. While in my company, there used to be different sourcing team. So just few months of it, I have done the sourcing, and later on I moved to a different role. And from then on, I never touched it. So that's the thing.
Got it. No worry. See, we also have a people while looking at the applications who has filled the form. I've seen the people who are completely from non-recruiting background, who are from sales background, who are from account management background, who are from admin background, who are from testing background, or people who are completely on a break or who are completely a fresher. Okay. So just don't worry. Just focus on what we are teaching in each and every session and focus on your assessments. And assessments are more aligned with whatever the trainings we have completed already. So let's just in case now you have an assessment, now you got a doubt, you got stuck over here. You
Mm-hmm.
always have a recording, go back, watch the recordings, then again have an understanding, again try to solve the assessment. So that's simple. So as I mentioned, not just every week you're coming and just attending, but in weekdays also, you might have to watch some of the recordings. And after watching the recordings, try to complete those particular assessment. So completing the assessment correctly on week basis will make you where you want to be, will make you stand where you want to be in next couple of weeks. Immediately, I'm telling you, in next 4 weeks, you'll find much confident. For sure, that is my guarantee. But only the required thing, if you're practicing on the assessment, whatever the assessment is given to you. Unless we are not practicing it, we might not be really able to.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Because I got my roles switching, so that's why I was not at all in touch with it.
Got it.
And my second question is, see, to do this practice, like how we can do that? Because see, in my organizations, whomsoever are not in the sourcing team, we don't have any access to LinkedIn or Naukri. It's only with the sourcing team, not with the recruiters. So,
You don't need it. See, we are not covering LinkedIn or Naukri. LinkedIn we might cover because what are the operators we are using on LinkedIn? Similarly, the same operators can be used on Naukri, Monster, or any other job portals. Okay, and you have your personal LinkedIn, right? I'm not saying about a
yes,
LinkedIn
yes.
recruiter. I'm only talking about the personal LinkedIn.com, a free version of it.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
you have it, right?
Can we really do in that? Because what I know, like unless we have LinkedIn recruiter license given,
Mm, mm.
we won't get those features which are there for a sourcer to
Yes,
use.
Shiv, can I take this question?
And
Yeah.
also we have the limited access on it.
Okay. Anyone else
Shiv,
who has this doubt?
Shiv, can I jump in?
Yeah, please, Amit.
Shiv, thanks so much. So Surbi, I think I just want to add to Shiv Kumar's point. I lead a global, search firm, and Shiv has been a very helpful partner.
Hey,
Team.
hi Amit.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I think what he's saying, I always tell my team the same thing, right? So LinkedIn is basically a wonderful tool. And, I know people without doing research might tell you that, hey, you need a recruiter license, but I totally 100% agree with Shiv. I've been doing this for 2.5 years and I don't even have a premium account, right? It is just about using the tool with your mind and some intuition and the right knowledge, and you are able to find the right people. So even with the tools, people struggle unless they know how to use their brain, right? So even if you don't have the recruiter license, I can prove. I mean, I have a proof in my own business that I was able to source more than 15, and that to executive level, not like small. So I totally agree with Shiv that it's more of the tool is there, but how do you apply your mind to get the benefit from the tool is that it makes the difference.
Oh, okay. I really didn't know about this, that we can do in this way, because I have always used with the licensed ones. And even like if I compare Naukri with LinkedIn, I have found LinkedIn to be very less fruitful, because responses in LinkedIn are very, very less, minimal. Reason being that like as a recruiter or as a sourcer, like if you are holding the license of it, you cannot directly contact the candidate. So you have to wait for the candidate to respond you back.
And I think
So maybe then I'm still I still have to explore a lot then, and I'm really looking forward to this. But my only concern now over here is I need practice of it. So like not just me, or any of your attendants. So how we can practice it without having the license? I mean, I'm not getting it.
You
yeah,
can, don't worry about it. We'll show you.
Okay, sure. Thank
Shiv,
you.
can I answer Surabhi's question just in one line?
Sure, Satish.
Naukri or no Naukri, you will still be able to source. That's
correct.
what Shiv is going to teach you. Job board or no job board, license or no license, you will still be able to source. All you need is Google and a bit of, not bit of, in fact, you got to be curious in learning. As simple as that.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Shiv.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
yes.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
So basically, Surbi, what we try to learn over here is how not to be dependent on job portal. As simple.
Uh,
Since 2013, I never worked on job portals.
and Shiv, just to add to one more practical point. So last year our company paid almost 10-11 lakhs to Naukri. And trust me, we have two verticals. One is IT services and one is executive search. And in LinkedIn, we have almost 50x return. But with Naukri, we are still struggling because everybody is looking at the same database. So basically, you're not differentiating yourself any which way.
I have a question.
Duplication.
I agree with this.
Hi,
I
Shiv.
totally agree
This
with
is
this.
Kev.
Shiv, I have a question for you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So as look, when we are searching candidates on LinkedIn, so we don't know whether we don't know their year of experience. So is there anything in Boolean search, or is there any filter that we can use to get the candidate's year of experience, and what is the range of his experience? Like if something
We can do that.
if you are working on assistant manager, so the requirement of year of experience is 3 to 5. So but we don't know how to apply it. So that is the challenge that we face, because there are many random profiles are coming when we search.
Got it. No, we can do that. That's completely doable. Don't worry
Oh.
about it.
Okay.
Hi, Shiv. This is Kev. I want to ask what will be the special guideline for the freshers who are attending this session?
See, fresher or experienced, end of the day, practice. There is no
Okay.
special guidelines for a
Okay.
specific person. End of the day, it's a practice. Whatever we're teaching today, go back, re-watch the videos, and whatever the assessment you have it. That's reason we got the assessments in place now. Earlier, we did not had an assessment where people were coming and going, but they were only coming for a trainings. But over a period of time, again, when we start, they're again new, means have no clue.
So
And
we are
when
going to find those assessment in the group that you have created.
I'm going to create those assessment after every session and share it with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so that you're on top of the practice and you're there on that particular concept actually. So
Okay.
that's where the assessment we introduced now. And at the same time, the certifications as well, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. So I
Oh,
think those assessments and certifications will keep you on top of the practice. And
So,
call out for a fresher, as I mentioned, fresher or experienced, end of the day, practice and dedication is what it requires.
I have a small question.
Hmm.
So, shall we receive the assessment in our groups?
Group also I'll share. I'll share here as well. I'll share in the group also after training.
Okay.
Basically, an homework for today
Yeah.
after completion of session.
Okay.
Ampatwal. Yeah, Ampatwal. See, don't really raise your hand. If you have anything, just unmute yourself and ask. There is no queue of raising a hand, then waiting for queue to get clear. We are completely informal. Just unmute yourself and ask.
Hey, hi, Shiv. Amrita this side. My
Yeah.
question is related to the week 2 and week 3 one, which is like making and developing a string. But right now, there are tools who can automatically write string. For example, Recruitin. If you go and just search Recruitin with the title, location, and job, you'll get people from LinkedIn, from Stack Overflow, and other operators, kind of. So, how this is different from what the already made up platform providing us, like Recruit and another
We
other
have Chat
platform.
GPT for that.
Mhm.
Forget about other tools also. We have
Yeah,
Chat GPT for that.
yes,
It
we
does
do
a
have
beautiful
chat.
job for us to create those Boolean searches. But while
Mhm.
we learn, you'll understand how different are these and why are these important. So,
Okay, fine.
okay, there's a huge
Hi
difference.
Shiv.
But when
Hi
we
Shiv.
learn, when we really explore, then we would understand, oh my God, I mean, this is something Chat GPT also can't deliver. And I assure you that.
Hi Shiv. This is Rahul here. I'm from Hyderabad.
Yeah,
Uh,
Rahul.
yeah, the session is very interesting. I understand a lot of new things can be grabbed as quickly as possible. So, is it a paid session or how?
No, this is absolutely free.
Oh, okay, that's good. Even if it is a paid one, I can just try to pay you. That is not a problem.
No, this is absolutely free.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
And
And it's for 3 weeks, right?
3 months,
3 months. Okay.
12 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And it might extend 1 to 2 weeks more as well. It might go to
Yeah.
maximum up to 4 months.
Okay. Sure. Thanks.
Hi, Shiv. Good evening. This is Vidya here. I have
Yeah,
one
Vidya.
query. So if it's a free service, then how the certifications we are going to receive? Is it from the any company you are providing this
No, from
coaching or
Sourcing
what?
Express. Sourcing Express. Normally, it's a certification where you just complete the this thing. The test will be on a Google Forms. As soon as you
Okay.
complete the test, the passing score is 80%. As soon
Mm-hmm.
as you get the 80%, you'll be able to receive the certificate.
Online we receive it. Okay.
Something like tick, tick, tick.
Sourcing
It's
Express, you said, right? Your company name?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
what if someone fails to secure 80% in that test?
You'll not get it.
Oh,
We would be able to.
You won't be able to get it.
Maybe
Okay.
there will be second chance will get.
so do they get a
You
second
you
chance? Yes.
you attend second time, third time, fourth time, but
Acha.
end
We'll
of the day
have
you
to.
need to score 80%.
So
Okay.
that
Okay.
so it is not confined to only one chance. We could also make a.
You can attend multiple times. So in a
Okay. Okay.
backend, I've done some settings where
Yes.
as soon as you complete the uh, test, you'll see the score. Like if I have to show you how the test would look like. So it would be on a Google Forms. You enter your name, email ID, mobile number, and then which operators are correct. Please select the right operator. Please select the right options. 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 Please select the right operators accepted by LinkedIn. Please select the operator not accepted by LinkedIn. Please select the correct options. Then which one is correct? Which one is correct? Then which search is correct for LinkedIn? Please select the correct options. Please select the right options. Then for Google search, which option is correct? Please select all the correct options. You can select multiple answers. Then for Google, which search is correct? Again, for direct search on
Many,
LinkedIn.com, which
how
option is
many
correct?
hour test it is, Shiv?
This is 45 minutes, 20
Acha.
questions.
Okay.
Okay, then as soon as you clear the test, as soon as you get that 80%, so I have set the score for 80% because the bar is high. I can also reduce the score for 60%, but I don't want to do that because in industry, people should really value it. People should know it. When someone who is getting certified from SourcingXPress, they are someone who are scoring at least 80% and they have a question paper available for them. You can directly show them this is the question paper. And from this, I got 85% or 80%. And they would know what you would have learned. So these are the people recently who cleared the test. Means a level 3 test, basically.
Hi, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So what will be the duration for each session every week? Will it be the same time as it is today?
Yes, every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 8 to 10.
8 to 10. And the certification that you're saying, it is like each level we will get a level
Each
certificate,
level
right?
you'll get. Yes, level 1, level
And
2,
there
level
are
3,
like six, I guess,
6
six
levels.
levels.
Yes.
So is there a final certificate or something, or I don't.
We'll come up with that by the time we
Okay.
go there. This recently I
Mhm.
started. This seems to be really beautifully working well. And by the time we complete, we are also scaling it. The final
Okay.
certificate, as you mentioned, after level 8, is there any graduation certificate like that? I think we'll come up
Mhm.
with that also. We'll have one more um, test, which includes everything, right from the basics to the extensive level. Test for about 1 hour or 2 hours, something like that, with all the variety of set of questions. And if someone clears that test with 80%, then yeah, definitely you can expect the graduation certificate.
Okay, and one more thing. For example, I miss any of the sessions for any reason in like, so is it possible that I can go through the recordings and then take the assessments?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
Where we
you will
So
can
be
it will be
sharing.
uploaded in YouTube. As soon as the session is done, that
Okay.
night or the next day, I'll
Mm-hmm.
upload in the YouTube and I'll announce in our WhatsApp group that the training
Okay.
sessions has been uploaded and this is the link.
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
Like,
Shiv,
yes,
do you have our contact numbers? How you are going to communicate with each one of us?
I'm just directly going to announce in the group. So that's the reason I added most of you in the group. And in case if you're not a part of this group, I'll ask, please get yourself added over here. Let me just, because on even on emails also, there's a possibility that people are missing it.
Okay.
Tick, tick, tick.
You're going to share this in chat box so we can join the WhatsApp link.
Yes, it's here. Okay, so if you're not a part of a WhatsApp group, I would request you to please. Okay, so this is how the trainings are going to be. And once you complete it, then by system, it's not me also who is reviewing it. But something in backend, I can always review, but I don't think there's a review required because every question, every answer has been well tested, well justified. And then in a backend, I'll be able to see the scores also, just in case if you have scored little less and number of times that you have appeared from the backend, I would be able to capture that. But that's completely fine. You can appear the test as many times as possible in a week. But what matters is that you are scoring more than 80%. And maybe we can come up with first time, second time, third time, but that mechanism I need to identify. But I think just getting the certification is more than enough. Like the certificate. The certificate declares that Rahul Singh, their mobile number, has completed level 3 sourcing test by SourcingXPress on so and so date with passing score of 85% and the certification ID. So that's some free tools I'm using it, but yeah, that's how it's gonna be. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any other doubts, any other questions?
Sure, I didn't get the sense of joining this group. How we can join for continuous training.
Group link I've sent you right here.
In chat
Okay.
box, no, we didn't receive it.
Just a second.
Where did you share it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you please
Thank
check
you.
now?
I'll join. Yes, I'll join.
Vidya, you can please click on the link and join it.
Sure. So I can
Okay,
join
so
from laptop as well, or?
you use web laptop and you'll be able to use it. Web, what we say, WhatsApp
WhatsApp.
for web. Yeah,
WhatsApp, yeah.
Thank you.
you'll be able to join it. Okay, and most important, I would say, don't ever take a training from mobile. That's a disaster for your learning.
Sure.
Okay, try to appear from laptop so that the screen is wide. You're seeing everything. And then if you have any question, you're unmuting immediately and asking questions instead of you being on phone and then hesitating it, because sometimes there might be something which is working on my screen but not working on your screen. Then I might ask you to share a screen. Then you would say, I'm on a I'm on a mobile. Then you would feel embarrassed. Um, so the best thing I would say, like, attend from laptop, not from the mobile. As well for the practice also, do it on a laptop, not on a mobile. All right. So any further doubts on question? Okay, now comes to freshers and comes to the placement. Freshers, yes, this is job guaranteed only for freshers. For experienced who want to upskill yourself, you can just go ahead and upskill. You can just join and upskill. That's completely fine. But I got a couple of clients who are asking me, if you have some trained freshers, please provide us. We'll be able to onboard them. Recently, we onboarded around 25 plus freshers. The batch was for the 30 people, and out of it, I believe 18 people has cleared the test, and they're in a process of getting onboarded within last Friday and coming Monday interviews. The final one round of a discussion is going on, but 99.99% each one of them will be onboarded. So there are a lot of other clients also, especially who are into the domestic and the US IT recruiting. They're coming to me and they're asking us, just in case if I have an additional resources who are trained, they would be willing to onboard. And I think here itself we have a number of people who are already working in our companies and who are managers, who are leads, or who would be leading a function, and they would be happy to hire them as well. So anyone over here?
Yes, chef. I'm looking for a recruiter from Sourcing Express.
So, so we have people over here who are actually willing to.
Yeah, I'll ping you offline. I thought of doing that. So
Yeah,
once the
sure.
session is done, we'll connect. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And there are other people also. Means if you can just unmute yourself, anyone who would like to.
Good evening, Shiv. This is Anand here, and yeah, I'm looking for a recruiters, junior recruiters, 1 to
So
2
within
years.
our group itself, we have many people. Uh, if they know that you are certified, they would love to hire you.
Yeah, sure. Even we are looking to hire for US market. So we are looking at 3 to 4.
So you have a market here itself. We don't really even have to go out of it. And experienced also, we never know if you're getting certified, because these certifications, we're also posting it to LinkedIn and everywhere, just to give the visibility and just to congratulate you all over the web, where you get more visibility that you have cleared such kind of a trainings, and these are the question papers, and people who are actually viewing your certificate, they'll be also viewing what kind of a training or what kind of a assessment you have passed so that you got this certificate. So there's a visibility increasing for your profile if you complete the certificate. And once we go there on a LinkedIn and post it that so and so person clear completed the certification level 1, level 2, level 3 with so and so scores, and this is the link where you can also take the test. So people know what kind of a test that you're going through, and then they would know what you have actually completed and how you have actually scored and what would be your knowledge on that. And based on that, you can always seek for more opportunities. You would be more in demand. So that's there always, even for freshers, even for experienced. If not some thousands, but I would definitely say in past 3 years, there are some hundreds of people who got placed through these trainings. All right. So yeah, let's start with our first session. We're at 9. Vidya, you have any question?
I logged in from mobile as well. I was trying to join this group, but I was unable to. I was able to log in only from laptop.
Got it. Fine, no problem. Maybe next time onwards, you
You
can just
can ping me again, so I will receive this in mobile as well, so it will be easier for me to join.
you want a joining link? Yeah, Vidya.
Yes, I want a joining link.
Where do you want me to ping? Here in. Okay.
Ping in chat box.
Okay, I just pinged. Okay, all
The
right.
WhatsApp
So,
group, WhatsApp group.
all right. So let's go over today's agenda. So yeah, that's about the introduction to training, about the jobs, about the certifications, how exactly the certifications are going to help, and how exactly the job is going to be guaranteed. And yes, after completion of training, the job is guaranteed immediate to 3 months max to max. Required a bit of decent communication, more than enough, and rest, completion of the certification. So I'm not saying completion of training, someone who has certified. The job guarantee is for someone who has certified at all the levels. And there are people who have certified. Recently, if I show you, these many people who has recently certified, almost 26 people who has certified. So it's not a rocket science. And everything we're going to cover it from the basics. All right. So yeah, that's about pretty much about the introduction. Now coming to what is search and keyword search on web. So we'll cover both web and LinkedIn because LinkedIn will help us basically to be a pro at other web other job portals also, because the kind of a operator what we use on a LinkedIn are the same operators that we would be using on a other job portals as well. So we would cover parallelly LinkedIn and web, LinkedIn and Google, LinkedIn and Google. So yeah, the first question, what is search? Anyone here?
Search is a string which helps us to find a candidate or a software engineer or a production engineer through some keywords.
Anyone else? Yeah. Notes will be captured after every session, means during the session itself.
Asking or instructing the search engine what to do or what to look for.
An act of looking for information in a computer database or network.
Got it. What is search?
It is something that we are looking for.
Search is search. That's it. We are just looking for it. It is something that we are looking for. Absolutely spot on.
Search is the intent of finding something.
Finding something. All right. So It is something that we are looking for or the intent of finding something. Great. Then what is keyword search?
So keyword search is now we know what we are looking for.
Okay.
It is a search that we do with the help of keywords.
Search that we do with the help of keywords. Absolutely. Basically, we are using some keywords and trying to create a search. We are searching with specific. Basically, now we are so search. Okay, fine. Intent of searching, intent of finding something, wherein keyword search is with a specific keyword or things. Let's say I just go to shop or I just go to mall and we're trying to search for soap. We're trying to search for um, uh, what we say, brush. We are trying to search for toothpaste. We are trying to search for honey. We're trying to search for some food, anything. So similarly on web also, whatever we are trying to search for with that particular keyword like honey, soap, whatsoever. So basically that's a keyword search. We are using some keywords to search for that particular thing. Basically we are searching with a specific keywords where our search is specific now. All right. So that's about the keyword search. And now let's get into the Google. Okay. What Google search suggestions are? Let's say now, let's search for Google first for a particular term, which is little unusual. And which ways? Let's search for Java. Okay, when we search for Java, so we have a lot of stuff related to Java on the whole web. So anywhere the Java keyword is existing on the whole web, basically Google is trying to scroll some millions and billions of website, and wherever Java is existing in those particular website, Google is trying to show those particular result. And how these results are shown are basically a rating of this particular pages like java.com might have been the most um, heavily used or heavily visited by user comparable to all rest other user. Means there are a number of users. Let's say there are millions of users who are searching for Java. Out of 10 million user, there might be 8 to 9 million user who would have gone first to the java.com website because they found that in this website, they have a lot of information, whatever they required for. And that's how this java.com is coming on top. And that's how basically Google also scrolls the millions and billions of data and see the top rating website by those particular keywords and give us those particular web pages. Java or W3 schools or Oracle or Java Point, Wikipedia, Geek for Geeks, all those things. Because someone who is searching for Java, they would have visited to this particular site. And that's how we are searching with the particular keyword. Right?
Shiva,
Java.
one small doubt. And how come the chat GPT is coming on the right side? You have any link?
So here I've installed this chat GPT for Google.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so that's
Great.
an additional Chrome extension. So as we go through the trainings, you would see a lot of such Chrome extensions also, which will
Okay.
help us. This yesterday only I installed.
Sure.
So I'm also still learning what exactly it's trying to do.
Okay. Great.
But
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
you can just go to Web Store, click here, go to Web Store and search for ChatGPT for Google. You would get it and then install. So that's what
Sure.
I installed over here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a ChatGPT feature and then this is a Google feature. All right. So don't get confused with ChatGPT and Google feature. So as I mentioned, sometimes there might be something which is visible on my screen, but not visible on your screen. So this is one among them, which is visible on my screen, but might not be visible on your screen. So no need to get confused. So now we search for Java. Now every result wherever Java is appearing, even if you see every result, Java is bold. Okay, because now Google is saying, okay, fine, these are the websites where your results are existing, and these are the keywords where your keywords are existing. So that's about a keyword search. We are being specific and we are searching with the keyword. Okay. Now, after searching for Java, we also have a Google search suggestions saying that people also ask for. Okay. What is this? People also ask. Someone who search for Java, again, Google is trying to collect the millions and billions of searches and trying to see someone who has searched for Java, what are the other things that these people are also searching for? And this is what this result is. People also ask, what is Java used for? What are three types of Java? What exactly is Java? Is Java better than Python? So when I click on this, what are three types of Java? So there are three editions of Java: standard edition, enterprise edition, micro edition. Micro edition used for mobile, enterprise edition used for building the web applications, and standard edition used for building a desktop applications. So we have three types of application. One application which is existing on a desktops, something like Zoom is one among them, Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, all these applications, Google Meet, anything. These are the application existing on a desktop, Makeify. Now we have some of the applications which are actually uh, working on a web, something like LinkedIn, something like Facebook, something like Gmail, anything. Those are the web applications. We have a couple of applications installed on our phone. My favorite is one among them, Swiggy, Zomato. So those are basically a mobile applications. So for three different types of application, we have a three different Java: standard edition, enterprise edition, and micro edition. So this is something when someone search for Java, they're also searching for what is Java used for. What are the three types of Java? What exactly is Java? Is Java better than Python? What is oops in Java? What are the four basic things in Java? So these are the related questions. Someone who is searching for Java, Google is trying to actually collect that millions and billions of search results and trying to search any human who has searched for Java. What are the most probable searches they have already made it? And based on that particular data, it is giving us this data that people also search for. So you would tell me, how is this useful in my sourcing strategy? How it is useful in my recruiting strategy? Why is it really important as a recruiter to understand this? I would say yes, it is really important as a recruiter to understand this. The reason because let's say there are many use cases. In fact, let's say you're uh, coming up on list of similar keywords. Let's say you're trying to understand what the technology is all about. Let's say you're trying to come up with a list of companies, competitor companies. So all those things, these are the some features which can be used. And if you know, there might be some use cases as we go through the training, we'll come through the some of the use cases. That is where you'll see the importance of why these people also ask for. It is very basic. This looks this tiny, but when we actually come across some use cases, that's where we'll find that okay, fine, this is something really important, and that is what we covered. The reason we covered it in our trainings. So people also ask for, and then now what else? Okay. So once I scroll down, one is that people also ask for, then apart from that, people also search for. So don't get confused between people also ask and people also search. People also ask, basically, these are the relevant question, what people are also asking. But now, these are the questions, what people are asking. But at the same time, someone who is searching for Java, there might be a people who might be searching for some other languages also. Okay, people also search for. Now just click on view 10 more. So people who have searched for Java, there are people who also search for JavaScript or C++ or Python or C or PHP or C Sharp or programming language, Shift, HTML, Kotlin, SQL, Ruby, CSS, Go, COBOL, computer programming, object-oriented programming, Scratch, Visual Basic, Scala, TypeScript, all those stuffs. So let's say I would search for React.js. Once we search for React.js, people also ask, what is React.js used for? These are the basically a question. Is React.js a front end or a back end? Is React.js for HTML or JavaScript? Is React better than Python? Similarly, here we also have people also search for. View 10 more. People also search. Whoever has searched for React.js, they also search for Node. They also search for Angular. They also search for React Native. They also search for Vue. Now, if you tell me, are these skills relevant or closely connected together? Can we use these skills
Yes,
to
it
get
is.
some
Yes, it is.
good
Yes, it
React
is.
developers?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
So that is where this is.
Except React Native, like it is like mainly used for mobile applications. But if you talk about React JS, then yes, almost all of it, like starting from the first.
almost all of it. And these kind of keywords existing on resume would give a great sense us
Exactly.
get
Yes.
sense of this profile is really great. So it's simple. It's a very small thing, but now there might be something that we might not be really aware of, like Tailwind. What is it used for, or anything like that? Express.js or Slavet. Okay, we might not be really aware of, but this is one of the beautiful way to understand some of the relevant skills. And when we are bucketizing those skills in our searches, instead of only searching for React.js or React, and additionally, what are the skills that I would search for so that I would get really a great resumes related to the React.js. So this is how this will be helping us. Okay. So again, here we have a related searches, React in JavaScript. So this will again help us to get to close to the understanding of the technology. This React falls under what? Java point or React.js interview questions or anything like that. Or again, people also search for, we're basically trying to identify which are the similar skills. Let's say something very new which has started, kind of a quantum computing. We are not really means aware of what exactly is this, or blockchain. We are not really aware of decentralization technology. We're not really aware of what exactly is this. We just search for blockchain or Web3, let's say Web3. Okay. So again in Web3, which is a recent stuff. Now, if you see here, Google do not have enough data for Web3 because this is very recent. This is something has to do with DeFi, decentralization finance, all those stuff. So Google really do not have that much of millions and billions of data uh, to come to the conclusion that someone who has searched for Web3 is also searching for this. But someone who has searched for uh, crypto, someone who has searched for blockchain, someone who has searched for quantum, there might be a possibility that this has started giving us some relevant results. But now, if I have to tell you, in next 2 to 3 years, Web3 is going to be a industry means industry thing. Okay, Web3 include blockchain, decentralization application, decentralization storage, smart contracts, decentralization applications, DeFi, decentralization finance, all these three. So what is the Web 3.0 and examples? Then these are all the basically questions people also ask. But at the same time, when we see people also search for, we really do not have anything. That means Google really do not have enough data to show up us that someone who is searching for Web3 is also searching for these things. But as we see now, blockchain. Okay, now people also ask, we have something related to what is exactly a blockchain. What are the 4 types of blockchain? Is blockchain a cryptocurrency? Is what is blockchain examples? All those stuff. And then we also have people also search for, someone who has searched for blockchain has also searched for some of the cryptos, something like Coinbase or cryptos, or I would say aggregators for cryptocurrencies, or I would say anything something related to crypto or anything like that. But blockchain is not a crypto. Blockchain is a technology by which the cryptocurrency is built, and blockchain can be used in number of industries. It's not just in the cryptocurrencies or anything, but in number of industries. But yeah, here we have a lot of examples. Someone who search for blockchain is basically searching for Decentraland, chain analysis, BlockFi, so all those stuff. So this is something really new for us. Then we have some additional keywords now. Okay, fine. These must be the keywords that I can go and pick it up and understand how exactly basically generating a search strategy around these particular keywords. And that's where um, people also search for as well. People also ask for. We can actually incubate in our search strategies whenever we are coming across something new. Or if we are really a fresher and if I really don't know what's front end, what's back end, all those things. So we can just search for front end engineer. Okay, so what is front end engineer? First, Google suggestion. After that, people also ask for images for front end engineer. And then any content which has to do something with the front end engineer. So let this get complete. So maybe not much data with the Google that people who is searching for front-end engineer, or let's say just front end. And this, so it's not a specific keyword or a skill to give more, or let's say iPhone. Okay, so here we have what is latest iPhone. Lot of things coming up from the aggregators, coming up from the marketplaces. People also ask, then again, all this sponsored. So now here is an important thing to learn. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so Google search suggestions and Google direct answers. So people also search for and uh, people also ask for are basically the Google search suggestions and the Google direct answers. Okay, what are organic and inorganic search results and how to identify them? Now let's say we search for iPhone. Any result which is showing with sponsored, organic and inorganic. Organic means which is paid. In backend, these companies are paying to Google, saying that someone is searching for this. Please show our website on top. So now here Apple is paying to Google, stating that if someone is searching for iPhone, please show our website on top. That's where we are seeing this sponsored. Again, sponsored. We'll be able to see this sponsored. Again, here also sponsored. Here, maybe Amazon or Flipkart have given a money to Google, saying that someone is searching for iPhone. Please redirect them to us by showing these particular pages on top of it, along with the price and everything like that. And then here is we have a sponsored. Lot of sponsored because again, iPhone. Okay, we'll search for now. If you see here, Flipkart, Wikipedia is not really a part of a sponsored, but any search result which are a part of a sponsored, we'll be able to see sponsored. So that is a Google feature. Don't really get confused with it. Sponsored or organic and inorganic results are always going to be there. The one which are coming naturally without sponsoring are basically inorganic. They have not given any money to Google, but people has actually visited these particular sites and did something about iPhone. And that's where these results are coming. Let's say now we search for full stack training. So here is a full stack training. Okay, full stack developer training. Okay, so sponsored. Upgrade has given money to Google, saying that anyone who is searching for full stack developer training in Bangalore, show them our results, and that's where we'll be able to see sponsored. Earlier it was AD, now it has changed to sponsored. It was earlier, otherwise it was in a small box. AD used to come, but now it is uh, coming it like as a sponsor, and which is actually showing us okay sponsored. Sponsored. Before every search result, there is a sponsored. That means why the sponsored and unsponsored results are useful. Basically, if you're a startup, try searching something that your startup is doing. And if you're seeing some sponsored, that means they are your competitors. They are spending money to Google. And someone who is searching for a terms which your startup is doing, there is a competitor of startup who is also doing the similar thing, and they're paying money to Google, saying that someone is searching for a terms in that company, please show our results also. So let's say InterviewBit, Coursera, our startup, and there might be a successful startup, and they might be giving a great training, some full stack development course. Okay, so now someone is searching for full stack development course in Bangalore. It's again IP sensitive. I'm searching from Bangalore. So I got this inorganic result, which has grown and which has gained their uh, confidence in a market as well with the Google. And that's where we are getting this list of results. But there are some sponsored ads also like Coding Ninjas or Creo.do or Gooey, all these things. So this might be new startups which has come stating that, okay, fine, please show our results also on top. And that's where these are the sponsored organic and inorganic results basically. Organic is something.
Sorry to interfere.
Yeah.
I believe organic is the unpaid one, right?
Sorry, organic is unpaid, inorganic is paid. Organic means organically they have grown, which is
Yeah, and this is a
unpaid.
part of SEO, right?
SEO, it's a part of SEO.
Correct?
Yes, search engine optimization. So if I
Okay.
have to tell you,
So, Shiv, my question is, how much knowledge is like good to be an IT recruiter? Because what you are telling right now, Java has 3 part, Merge stack have so many, layers in it. So, if you're being an IT recruiter, how much knowledge you require to crack technical questions?
it depends on self-learning, but yeah, we are covering such kind of a topics. Oh my God. So don't worry about it. I would not say we would cover everything in terms of technical topics, but at the same time, what I'm saying is like, it depends on our self-interest. But otherwise, knowledge is means how much ever the knowledge we have
Yeah.
it's not really enough in today's industry.
Correct.
So we definitely have to keep scaling.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So organic is unpaid, right?
Organic is free, unpaid. Organic is free, inorganic, which is paid, which is the sponsored ones are basically inorganic, and the organic, which are free ones, which has grown their trust organically, where people has actually visited their pages number of times, and Google has rated them some of the top websites. But at the same time, Google saying from other website, you pay us money, we'll show you ads on a top. So those are basically ads. Simple. All right. So that's about organic and inorganic and how to identify. What is people also ask in Google search or suggestions, that is done. And what is people also search for, that is also done. I think for today's session, we are pretty much good. So anything, any confusion, any doubts?
Can we have this agenda with us?
Recording, you mean to say? Or
Yeah,
this one?
recording as well as this page.
Document, it is shared with everyone. Let me just reshare it. So today we have a very little today, the concept over here, but as we grow, as we go to the next levels, the notes keeps increasing and these notes are really important. So after the session, not just rewatching the videos, but also revisiting this particular document and watching the notes, watching the thumb rules, whatever we captured is really important. So keep going through this doc also.
Sure. Are you going to share it in a chat box? Okay.
I've just shared it again. Then again, I'll share it here in SourcingXPress group.
No, I could not join this group. I joined the web through desktop, but still I did not get this. I could not join you.
So just ping me on a WhatsApp.
I'll ping you my number in chat box.
No, just ping me
Kindly.
on WhatsApp.
I don't have your contact number.
8050
One
020304.
080
8050 020304. Pinged over here. Anyone who is not having my number, this is my number. You can save it. I'll share you the group link. Ping me on a WhatsApp. You can add. And yes, please be there on the WhatsApp group till the time we complete at least the trainings. The reason because from here only you'll get all the communication. It's not that every week that we're going to communicate over one-on-one on an email or one-on-one on a WhatsApp. From this group only the whole communication goes. All right, yeah, that's it for today. That's pretty much in short. I think we are good for today. And from next week, we'll go to little advanced. Okay, so this is about the today's part, week 1. And then week 2 and 3, understanding some advanced operators and their benefits. So let's see.
Shiv, I have a question, Rahul here. So
Yeah.
actually, this Boolean, basic Boolean operators and or not, you have covered everything in Google search.
No, this I have not covered. This will cover in the next.
Okay, okay.
I was actually writing here only
Oh, okay, okay. Not a problem, sir.
because we spent a bit more time in the introduction, and
Hmm.
this will take a time. Though maybe you're thinking this is just and or not, but when we are actually on the training, we would know why it is critical and why it is really required to spend at least 1 to 2 hours only on this.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Spending this.
Do we need to go through any assessment for today as well?
No, not for today.
Okay.
All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any other doubts, questions, confusion?
Sir, our session will be conducted on each Saturday and Sunday, right?
Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours, 8 to 10, 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Shiv. It was
Thank you.
really
Thanks,
good
everyone.
session.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Yeah, this document is available to everybody. You have
Yeah,
given-
it's available for everyone. I just shared a link. You can just click on the link. You'll be able to get it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.
Bye.
Thank
Sure.
you, Shiv. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks. Thanks.